She's mine now. Hi, hello, and how do you do? This is my channel, and I'm welcoming you. I still don't have a better intro, so please love me for 2 seconds. Alright. So everyone's always been asking me about the application process. And what do you gotta do? How did you get in? If I want to do it, what are some tips? So I'm just going to do a good overlay of the entire application process. Alright, first off is the application. So how I found the application process is I just searched Disney college program, and then you're going to come up to a website that's jobs.disneycareers.com/Disney college program. So you're going to come up to a screen like this. Ta-da! So that's, oh my god. Alright, everything's good, it's okay. She's Gucci. So you're gonna come to the Disney College Program website, and then there should be a button that says apply whenever the season's open. You can also sign up for text or email notifications. So the email notification should let you know whenever it's time to apply, or whenever it's getting close to the time to apply. So you're just gonna write down your name, all your basic information, and then they're gonna ask you about education history, and you can put where you're going to school now. And then next you put down your work experience, and you can upload a resume to this part, but I didn't, and I don't think it really matters if you upload a separate resume as long as you get everything down. So you basically, for your work experience, you're gonna be completing a resume without it being in a fancy design. So I had a resume, but I just decided to just do it on here. And then I just talked about my work experience, and it's really good for you to have some kind of work experience so they know that you've actually done a job and that you're reliable and that you kept the job for a while and you weren't terrible at the job. Then there's eligibility questions, and it's basically asking if you're 18 years of age, if you've taken at least one class at a college, just basic questions. And then ask about self-ID, and then ask what your interests are. So this is where you put where you want to go, if you want to go to Disneyland or Walt Disney World, and then if you want to do the regular semester, either fall or spring, or the advantage, so fall advantage or spring advantage. And then you put down your interests for the jobs that you might be interested in. Beast! Beast! Oh my god. You are cracking me up. Beast! You can put either no interest, low interest, moderate interest, or high interest. And I feel I put moderate interest for a lot of them that I was I would really like to do this, but the only one I put high interest for, Beast. I'm just gonna leave it in. But the only one I put high interest for was character performance, where I actually was not able to go to any of the auditions, so I couldn't get character performer because you have to go to a separate audition for it. But I did put moderate interest for everything else that I had basically a high interest in, but I really wanted them to look at me for character performer. But I couldn't go to an audition. Sad. But I got a job that I really want. Next, you're gonna put in additional questions if you have, just that they wanna ask you, making sure that you have all work hours availability. I can see Beast in the corner. And then you just kind of sign the consent saying that, yeah, this information's correct. And then after you send in the application, you just wait for web-based interview. The web-based interview, they'll send you an email saying, please complete this web-based interview within 3 days. Isn't that right? You hate me so much. I got a email basically later the day when I sent in my application. So I sent my application in August 20th, which is the first day that apps opened. And so I sent it in, and then later that day, within a few hours, I got a web-based interview email. and then I completed it, I think, the next day, because I was like, okay, this is going too fast. I want to slow it down a little bit. So I completed the web-based interview, and so the web-based interview is basically them asking a lot more specific questions, and you can give, like, there's different places where you give ratings, you give like a yes or no, or this is most like me or least like me. It is basically a lot of personal questions, and you just have to answer them personally, and this helps them know if you're going to be a good fit or not, if they want to continue with the interview process or not. But it's definitely an important part of the interview, and you just need to find a place that is quiet. You gotta have good internet connection. It took me about like 30 minutes maybe, and it was easy to fill out too, so it's not like it's a hard thing to fill out. You just answer the questions honestly and then send it in, and then you just wait and hope. The next process in the interview process is the phone interview, and I got a phone interview request maybe a day after I sent in my web-based interview. It was very quickly. I don't remember if it was a few hours, if it was like the next day, but I was very excited for it because I was like, holy crap, holy crap, holy crap, I got a phone-based interview. So I got a phone-based interview, and then you set up, you go and you get to decide like what day would be best for you, what time. So I definitely did not want to schedule it in the morning or in the middle of the day when I knew I was going to have classes. So I scheduled it for, I think, 7:30, and I think I got the date or the time mixed up or something. I thought I put in my time at like 8:30, so make sure you have the right time zone or else you're going to get a surprise just like I did. So the day of my phone interview, I was researching and like watching a bunch of videos of people who did their phone interview, and I was like, what are they going to ask me? Am I going to have to know something off the top of my head? Oh my goodness, what am I going to say? And I should have been a lot more prepared than I was, because I know a lot of people do notes, and they will have like notes everywhere, stuff that they might ask, they might want to talk about. I did not do that. I thought about doing it, and I was like, no, I want this to be organic. I don't want it to seem like I'm reading off a script. So I didn't do any notes. I was kind of researching, just watching some videos of trying to like see like, if I got asked this question, what would I say? And then right when I was in the middle of watching a video at 7 o'clock, you actually need to make sure that you block off like an hour. So like from 7 to 8, keep that place open. Make sure you're in a quiet place, and make sure that you're ready and your phone's charged and everything. Because I got a call at 7 o'clock for my 7:30 interview. My interviewer was so sweet. Her name was Christy. She was so sweet. She made me feel so welcome. We had a couple laughs, and she just was very bubbly and was like very assertive and like listening, and she was just so sweet. I loved her. She asked me some like basic questions, like personal questions that just like, where do you go to school? Is this your actual name? Is this your birthday? Blah blah blah. And then she went more into actual Disney questions. She asked about the jobs that I was interested in. She asked about Bibbidi Boppidi Boutique. She asked about character performance. Honestly, I want to be Daisy Duck so bad. Like, I know I'm not going to be a face character. This waist is not made for face. Okay. And she also asked me about merchandising and quick service, because I had put on my resume that I was in merchandising, and then I also put that I'd been in the food industry. She asked me like scenario questions too. It was a question for like a character attendant maybe, and it was, if a kid is like too afraid to meet the character, what would you do? So I gave her my answer. Oh my gosh. Beast! Ow, 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 ow! So I gave her my answer, and then she asked if I ever had like a customer that was upset and how I handled it, and I gave her my answer. She would like tell you like what is entitled for some of these roles that she was asking about, and then she asked me if I had any questions for her, and she was really nice. It took almost exactly 20 minutes. I think it went a little over 20 minutes. And I know that some people's were like short, some were long. I think it just depends on like if you give them the information they want when you answer the question, because sometimes people can like talk and talk and talk, and then they'll give them like multiple answers to some of their questions that they have, but in like one question. So I really think that that's it. And then after phone interview, you just sit and you wait. And you just wait. And you just hope. And you just pray. So I had my phone-based interview on the 27th of August, which is about a week after I had my initial application on the 20th. And then I got my acceptance a little over a week after my phone interview. So I got it the 4th of September, which is the day after Labor Day. And mine was in one of the first like big waves that went out. And then there's a bunch more stuff that I had to get okayed with, like with my college. I had to make sure I could get credit for the college program. And for my major, I have practicums, basically a pre-internship. So I get credit for my practicums doing the Disney college program. And then I also had to get a financial aid and put my scholarship on hold and just make sure that I can keep my scholarship and still go to Disney college program. So excited. January 22nd, I am counting down the days. Alright, just let me know if these tips helped. Let me know if this helps with deciding if you want to do the Disney college program or not. It's good luck, and I hope that you get it. And I hope to see you at Disney. Bye! Bye! Follow me on Instagram at @TooTired for username. Like and subscribe. And that's all I have. Bippity boppity bye!